If you've seen the 1985 werewolf movie Silver Bullet, then you definitely know this famous line, but it's not my fault. If you haven't seen this movie, get out of here now because it's a major reveal in the film, and I'm going to talk about one of the best scenes from the movie. Silver Bullet is such a classic werewolf story. We got Marty, played by Corey Haim, who discovers that local Reverend Lowe, played by Everett McGill, is the werewolf responsible for ending people in the town. Now, Marty's Uncle Red, played by Gary Busey, goes to the sheriff, Joe Haller, played by Terry O'Quinn, because he's convinced, per Marty, that Reverend might be involved. So the sheriff decides to quietly investigate. First off, what makes this scene so creepy is the setting itself. It's really dark and quiet, and you have this tiny little old beaten up garage. And the only thing you see here is the sheriff's flashlight kind of cutting through the darkness as he approaches and he goes inside. Now, when he enters the garage here, you can tell that Sheriff Haller is completely uneasy. He's going very slowly, he's checking everything out, and then he notices the discoloration marks on Reverend Lowe's car, damage caused by when the Reverend went after Marty on his motorized wheelchair. And that's the proof that the sheriff was looking for. Then, out of nowhere, Reverend Lowe steps directly into the flashlight beam, and it is such a cool entrance. It throws you off guard. You can tell the sheriff is completely backed up, as are we when we're watching this. And I love the expression on the sheriff's face in that moment, while Reverend Lowe at the same time almost seems like to pause for a second, deciding, what should I do here when the sheriff wants him to come with him? Then the Reverend slowly starts walking forward. You immediately know things are about to go bad, but you're still not sure what exactly is going to happen here. How is it going to go bad? And then his face begins changing and the fangs start to appear as he says that famous line, but it's not my fault. And then he knocks the flashlight out of the sheriff's hand. Then you got the great effects here as he's starting to change. You got the growling and the snapping of the bones and all the transformation sounds. And you can see how absolutely terrified the sheriff is. And then the werewolf ends the sheriff with the baseball bat. Imagine being trapped in this tiny dark garage and this guy who's got an eye patch turns into a werewolf and then beats you with a baseball bat until you're gone. Absolutely nightmare stuff here. This whole scene here as a kid made me want to think twice about going into my garage. So if you've seen Silver Bullet, what did you think about this scene right here with the Reverend and the Sheriff? It's a film filled with great moments, but where does this one rank for you? Let me know, and I'll see you at the next one.